For every heir who stood before the council, there came a season when support turned into scrutiny, and scrutiny into a quiet test. Lucien Cross was about to learn that his greatest battles might come not from rivals across the sea, but from the kin who shared his blood. This was episode 11, where shadows stirred inside the Cross legacy. The night after Lucien's keynote, the council gathered again, behind closed doors. Moonlight glinted on the polished crest at the head of the table. Elder Marcus's voice cut through the quiet. The boy's influence was growing too quickly, and he courted the markets with ideals that could weaken the family's grip. Elder Helena countered sharply. Or perhaps it would strengthen it. The world was changing, and the family needed someone who could lead in daylight. Elder Rowan, grim and unyielding, warned that change was one thing, but Lucien defied the traditions they had built. He proposed a trial by fire. A long, deliberate pause filled the room. Then Marcus rested an aged yet steady hand on the table. Very well. If Lucien was to stand as the future of their bloodline, he would endure what every heir had faced. But the trial must remain unseen, hidden beneath the guise of ordinary business rivalry. From the shadows, a younger voice spoke, Calder Cross, whose eyes gleamed with quiet ambition. He volunteered to be the council's hand, ensuring the heir would never know the strike came from within. Back at the Cross Tower, Adrian leaned against the railing of Lucien's private balcony, gazing at the city lights. He confessed his unease. He didn't trust the sudden calm. Damien Voss never sat idle, and neither did the council. Lucien adjusted the black crescent at his ear, a small reminder of the burden he carried. The council had called him heir, yet they had never truly trusted him. If they chose to test him again, he would meet it head-on. Adrian's half-smile carried a warning, but Lucien merely said, "Storms clear the air." Beneath Adrian's tone lingered an unspoken truth. This storm might come from closer than either of them wished. High above the city, Vivian Hale reviewed reports in her office. The alliance with Voss remained solid on paper, yet investors were beginning to warm to Lucien's approach. He was forcing the market to believe in him, and she realized she was fighting a shadow she could not touch. She glanced at a framed photo of her father, who had taught her that power meant never yielding. Her phone buzzed. Damien's message demanded preparation for an aggressive takeover bid within the week. Vivian's brow creased. For the first time, she questioned whether Damien's path was ambition or recklessness. Meanwhile, Calder Cross moved quietly in the shadows. Under the council's blessing, he met Damien Voss at a private club. Calder's words were smooth, offering mutual advantage. Lucien out of the way, Calder's seat on the throne of the family secured, and Damien's disruption of trade routes legitimized. Damien's slow smile revealed nothing but calculation. Their handshake sealed a partnership of convenience, a collaboration designed for when the other's usefulness ended. That evening, Lucien returned to the Cross ancestral house to pay respects to the elders. As he left the hall, an old retainer, a man who had served Lucien's late father, stepped quietly into his path. The old man warned him, "Beware those who smile in the council." The true test of an heir was not on distant fields, but at the family table. Lucien paused, reading the gravity in the retainer's eyes. The wind had shifted, and it carried the scent of betrayal. He thanked the man and stepped into the night, feeling the black crescent at his ear grow heavier with each thought. Days later, Adrian entered Lucien's office, carrying a slim folder. A leak in the northern contracts had been traced, and the buyer's offers funneled through a familiar name. Voss? No. Calder. The council had chosen their instrument. Adrian suggested exposing Calder to the elders, forcing accountability. Lucien shook his head. Not yet. If this was the council's trial, I would face it alone. Revealing Calder now would only show fear of their games. Adrian said nothing, but his set jaw betrayed his impatience. Vivian sat in a quiet rooftop restaurant overlooking the harbor, meeting Ilara Ashford, a journalist who had once covered the Crosshairs during their trials. She asked why she had been so distant. Vivian, voice soft, admitted her doubt. What if choosing power over someone once respected led only to hollowness? Ilara's words were gentle, yet firm. Admitting it was the first step to saving oneself, but only if one was ready to pay the cost. Vivian's gaze drifted to the sea. The cost, she realized, might be more than pride. Near midnight, a cross-shipping convoy moved through the northern docks, unaware of the ambush awaiting them. Voss's hired crews and Calder's agents had conspired to intercept the shipment, but Lucien appeared at the dockside with a small, loyal security team. He issued orders with calm authority. Hold the line, let no crate be claimed. Under harsh floodlights, the clash was swift and precise, a battle of strategy rather than brute force. When the smoke cleared, the convoy remained intact, the attackers scattered into the night. Adrian's voice crackled over comms. Another mess cleaned, but this time the enemy bore a family crest. Lucien's gaze hardened. The next front lay clear. In the corridors of wealth and blood, not every enemy stands across the field. Some wait in the shadows beside the Heir, smiling, shaking hands, and biding their moment to strike. Lucien Cross had faced the world's trials as a soldier of legacy. Now he would face the oldest lesson of the Cross tradition, that sometimes the storm comes from within the family itself. The council had set its secret trial in motion, and as the black crescent at Lucien's ear caught the moonlight, he knew the next battle would not be fought in boardrooms, but in the very heart of the dynasty he was sworn to protect.
Thank you for sharing this chapter with us at Velvet Chapters Brew. Comment, like, and subscribe to see where the next page takes us.